to do that thumbnail afterwards as well. So, hello everybody. We are live. It's Magic Lasso and myself, Comics for Thomas. This is our second pop-up live in about a week's time, maybe like 10 days.
Probably last week, right? In less than a week, actually, because it was last Friday. So we were live last Friday, popping up on my channel. You sent me a fantastic AOK that I opened, and that kind of continued into my comic book editions video that I dropped earlier this week, because I opened up the AOK, which I didn't know what those were, but also there were a stack of books that I bought, so I knew what they were and was expecting them. And I just kind of thought it was too many books to show all in one sitting, so I broke it up into two sections. But I also recapped your AOK and a recent AOK I got from Mr. Gretzky as well at the end of my comic book editions video I dropped this week. But it's good to be hanging with you again.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I watched that video the other day, and you're showing all the books that you picked up too, so it's good. And your what's it called again? The 1 minute videos. What are those called again?
The shorts.
Yeah, I watched the short today. Was it today or last night? Did you drop it today or yesterday?
Monday. Monday is the back issue of the week. And then tomorrow I'll have a new short called, which I do on the weeks that I don't have cover by. Yeah. That's called What I've Been Reading. And you'll actually see some of your AOKs pop up in tomorrow.
That makes sense, because you start reading them, right? Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it was today. Today was kind of a comic heavy day for me, just like with doing Facebook auctions and then getting the slabs here and then making it to the LCS for work. So I had on, I watched the short. I think I watched the comic book editions today. And then I watched, do you know who Josh Grab is? That YouTube channel? Josh Grab. I think it's Grab or Gab or something like that. He does a lot of cool CGC unboxings. I think he presses his own books and stuff. Yeah, it's like him and his brother, but they'll get their buddies to come on and stuff. It's pretty funny because they're all like gouging each other, but also like love it when you see a great book and stuff like that. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. But on my back issue of the week, it's themed this month, the first time I've ever done a theme. So all the books this month that are the back issue of the weeks are for in celebration of Women's History Month.
Right.
So I did my favorite female superhero. This week I featured her, but for the other three back issues of the week this month, they'll all be comic books that were from female superhero titles.
Oh yeah,
Marvel and DC. So
yeah, because that was Bronze Haired Babe. Am I saying that correctly?
Silver Haired Bronze Age Babe. Yeah. She sparked that idea in me to do that, and so yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So as per the title, and this is why we're just kind of doing a pop-up of I've finally, I think for a lot of people are starting to get some books back from CBS or CGC. Randomly, I even watching that video today of that he was doing those unboxings. He was like, I've been waiting for these, 7 books or whatever it was for so long. And that's with me too. It just is kind of coming in random. But the authenticated dealer that I go through, I bought a couple slabs from him recently in like a Facebook auction that he does, and a raw comic. And obviously I just get him to hold them until we're going to meet up. And then I sent some books back away from with him today. And he actually had bought a book as well that my presser owned it, but I was selling some books for him as well. So it's kind of nice little exchange. So, awesome. And we're actually going to, and I'll explain it after I show that when I get to the first slab, but him and I are going to work out a little bit of a trade of some type, even though I don't know what book I'm going to get yet. Cause he's got to post books and stuff like that. And cause I was telling him about a book that I had that, and then we were just like, well, instead of us buying from each other, we might as well just trade at this point for some time.
Sure. Right? So you don't know what the grades are to any of these?
Only the first 2, and that's because those are the ones I bought from him already.
Okay.
Are completely, I have no idea. And only one, I'm trying to think what's there. I think really only one of them's for my PC. So, okay. Which is the ones that I sent with him today. I think there was only 2 that are not my PC. It's just been very random. It's just kind of, I get my presser a bunch of books. He, shuffles them around and gets me whatever back. So, and when I see this guy, or if I go to my shop and they're sending books away, I just go, okay, here's here. Where I was saying to him today, I was like, when I first started sending them away, I would send like, if I was sending like, let's say I sent 10 books, I would send like 6 resales and then 4 PCs to try to, hello, Captain Comics.
Hey,
ahoy,
Captain.
mates. I would, try to sell 6 of them to try to recoup some of the money. But now I'm kind of in a position where I'm just kind of like, whatever I got pressed is going out there, right? So, Captain Comics, we are just doing a pop-up live. I'm going to be showing some grades for some CBCS books that came in today. I met up with my authenticated dealer, and I also bought a couple of graded comics from him and a raw comic. And I also stopped at my LCS today and picked up a few books, so I figured I would show those off too. So we're only going to run this maybe like, if we hit 30 minutes, I'd be surprised, really, because there's not much there.
I don't know. I'm a talker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, 100%. I know you like to get right on the dot too for closing it down. So, why don't I show a couple of things that I got today? So,
cool. Make yourself a little bit bigger too.
Yeah, for sure. Boom. So this is the newest volume of Lady Mechanica. You know I love my Lady Mechanica. This is issue number 3. So this is in my pull list. I do ask them to get the B, and if they get an opportunity, there's always like a C cover. It's like typically a black and white. For some reason, they didn't put in the B in my stack, but I just grabbed it off the shelf anyways, and they didn't get the other one in. It's just no big deal. But here's that B cover, which is super nice. You can tell it's a variant because, as you mentioned, like a lot of the Lady Mechanicas kind of look the same. Is because Joe Benitez does the art, and he does almost like a portrait style, I guess, like I want to call it a portrait, but it's not like somebody who's up close. But it's all standing in that similar position, right?
Pinup style,
exactly.
Yep.
Where this one, and I find he doesn't fill around the edges. It's always like, even like other variants that he's done, like in other styles of comics that he's done, he doesn't really fill around the edges either, right? So there's a really cool, it's like a Harley Quinn or something like that, and she's riding on like this toy that looks like the Joker. It's super funny, but it's also like, I love it because I really like that style. But this one is very filled in, but it's very, very nice. I would love to see it as a Virgin variant, but
that is nice.
Like the book and everything, like everything is just done perfect.
Yep.
Trying to get it without any glare.
I think what makes that one unique, and tell me if I'm wrong on this, but from the covers that I've seen, you don't see her sitting down a lot.
No, you don't. She's normally up in some type of position or
in an action position. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I know that there's like a black and white like design variant of this, not design, but like, just a non-color. So yeah, it's pretty fantastic. I love all the gauges and stuff too. Yeah. Because it's very like steampunk, right? So I like it. Put that right there. And then I showed you the picture of this, but I'll show it to you here. And it's probably on Instagram a lot. You're probably seeing, but this is the Black Panther number 3. I meant to check out what the name of the character was, the first appearance, but this is the second printing, and this thing is beautiful. And I can't remember who the artist is either, but the purple in this is fantastic, right?
Yeah, that is.
But whoever this guy is, the kid or whatever, I'm pretty sure that's him. It's like Talon or something with a T, I think. But I think they're just talking about him maybe like being in a future, like he could be like a future Black Panther or something like that. A lot of heat that's coming with this. Give myself a little drink here.
Yeah, I'm going to try to pull up and see if I can find his name.
Yeah. I'm sure it starts with a T, and if it doesn't, then well,
okay.
Still a beauty cover. Let's see here. Got one more raw to show. So in those books that I bought from my authenticated dealer, I got 2 slabs from him, but I also got this, and I was checking it today when I finally got it. It doesn't look in too bad of condition. I got it for a really good price. It's got a little black marker over like the 75 US, and then under it says the 95 Canadian, but it's West Coast Avengers 45.
Oh, I want one of those.
Yeah, and you can just see right here. See how it's blacked out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like an old faded marker. Like you can literally see. it's like the marker was dying when
Yep.
the kid or whoever had did it, because you can still see everything on it. But I mean, it needs a press for sure, and there's some spine text and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for a great price, and I mean, I just want it in my collection, right?
So Tossin is the name of the character.
That's right. Yeah, I thought it was like
and
or something like that.
And from what I understand, he is from a village that kind of shuns the Wakanda tech.
Oh, okay. So
and also that's notable because legacy numbering, that's issue 200.
Yeah, I did see that actually at the top here too.
All right.
Yeah, I got my finger in the right spot.
Yeah, so Tossin's his name.
It might actually be an interesting read as well then.
Yeah.
It's kind of a neat play on it. That's cool. All right, let's show a slab. We got a little bit of story with this one. I have been collecting these, and because I've actually recently had sent you, not in the last AOK, but in the AOK before. There's no huge reveal on it because I already know the grade, but I did buy this. So this is the ASM 55, the Gleason.
Yeah.
And I had wanted this because I'm trying to get just the normal trade dress ones or whatever. I've got the other three, and eventually once I was going to get this copy, I'm just going to get them all graded with CBCS because that's who I have to go through. And he had a little bit of a mark on there, but he posted this, and for a really, really great price. Like I was like, okay, I can't even beat it. Like trying to buy it and get it graded, because sometimes he'll have really good prices on just slabs he has to, like he has extras and stuff like that, because he sends so many away that you know what I mean, he's not really losing any money on it. So I was happy to get that, because then I can try to get the other four. But
that's such a fantastic cover. I mean, I can see why that took off. And I mean, there are some books, as we all know as collectors, that become keys just because of the cover. Nothing significant happens in the story.
Yeah.
And it's such a simple concept that you would think that it would have been done sometime in all of the years that Spider-Man comic books have been out, but
you would think
it looks amazing. I actually think the red one looks even better.
I'm a big fan of the red one. I would like to get some of the Virgin variant ones as well.
Yeah.
I do have this one in a Virgin variant, and it's the sign one with the COA from Gleason that I had won in a slider raffle or whatever, which I don't want to keep because I don't like signature series books. So I had talked about like maybe trying to trade to find somebody who had like a Virgin variant, maybe just trade them straight up or whatever. But when I was telling him about it, he said, "Oh, if I had that Virgin variant, I would definitely make a trade with you, but I don't." I said, "Well, then let's trade for something else. Like I don't need to, like I can get that Virgin variant at some point as well, right?" So, and he said, "Well, I'm going to be posting some slabs and stuff like that, and other books, at some point, probably in the next few weeks. Take a look at what I'm posting and see what goes, and if not, you can claim it and stuff like that, and then we'll just work it out." So that's sweet, right? So it's kind of nice to have that hookup, and then I'll be able to also move a book that cost me nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And get something. And I told him straight up, I said, "Listen, I won that and a spawn that looks like probably a 9.8 that I gave to him today to get graded, and I won them both for $4.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So and I was like, I'm not even trying to like get as much as I can out of that we'll work it out, because I'm not. I'll take advantage of the $4 for sure, but
yeah.
That
some of those ones that were Gleason exclusives, and I think they were Virgins too, like unsigned copies. Some of those were showing up in the Walmart packs when those insane ratios were showing up a couple cycles back.
Yeah.
I
saw, speaking of Walmart packs, I saw Alex Comic Quarter today. He's got like a 5-minute video. He just went and bought a Walmart pack, whatever DC one that you were talking about, but because he was trying to go after, I think, the same one that you had told me about, but he was like, "Oh, there's silver on the side, and the other ones don't have silver."
The Catwoman one, right?
But it was a Catwoman one, and it's super nice, and it seemed like it had some value, at least to cover his, his cost of
about $35 it was selling for, if I remember correct.
And then the 3 other books or whatever, 2 other books that came with it. So this is 6.5. It's an Incredible Hulk 109.
Oh, nice. That's a good cover.
Yeah. I really enjoy it. I don't collect much Hulk, but I like some of those early, like when it started back up again.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can get my hands on it, I will. And then again, he had it on for a good price, so I grabbed it, and that was that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's done well. I don't know if, yeah, and it's just a Kazar and Zabu cover, which I assume Zabu is the beast probably, because there's nobody else on there besides Hulk. So
yeah,
I would hope it would.
Process of elimination.
Yeah, so those are cool little PC books. All right, another drink. Now, this book here that I'm going to show first, which I don't know the grade of, I started questioning myself, and I don't normally question myself too much, but I've had this book like 3 times, and I have when I was packing up the books to send away, because I knew I was going to meet him today because they had recently got pressed. I started looking at the one that I was sending away, and I was like, man, I feel like, because like with this set, I was sending this. It's a Wolverine 1 or whatever. I thought I was sending the better of the two, and then eventually we just send the second one and keep that for my PC. But now I was looking at that one, I'm like, oh man, I think that one's the better one. So this one, not that it was, I don't expect it either to be high grade, but I'm now thinking like, did I reverse those? Because you stack up your book sometimes, you're like, frig. So I want to make sure I am holding this the right way. Yes, I am. Yeah, so this is Wolverine 1. This is the first time I've had it graded because, like I said, this is like the third, or I guess officially the second one, but I've had 3 of these. All were direct, and I had sold 1 raw, and then one's going out. The other one's going out. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'll probably just hold on to it until the other one comes back. I know this had a little bit of heat. I think it's probably slowing back down. That doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, but at the same time too, when X-Men get announced in the MCU,
yeah,
it's game on again.
Exactly. And I'm gonna, like, I tend to keep the lower of the 2 grades, unless there's like a huge difference. Like if one's a 9.6 and one's a 9.4, I'm keeping the 9.4. I don't need the higher one, and I'll just sell it. So
any predictions?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to predict this. It's been so long since I sent these two. I think that's what a lot of people are having a hard time. Like, unless you write it down, like you don't even remember sending the books half the time. I'm honestly going to say an 8.5 now that I'm looking at it. I feel like this was the one where like this is going to be the lower of the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 9.2.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry, it's a little. I was holding it so tight, it gets condensation on the cover. Well, shit.
Nice.
Yeah, that's better than I thought. But again, I'm looking at it now.
The other one might be higher. Maybe you have a 9.4.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Show the back cover to that too, because no one ever shows the back cover.
It is the best.
I think that's awesome.
That could be a cover on its own. No problem. And that's basically what a lot of variants look like nowadays.
Yep.
Just, you know what I mean? Like a very more animated, I guess, but like
I'd be almost half tempted, and I'm sure there are some collectors that have done that when they've gone to get it slabbed, have asked them to reverse it.
Yeah. I don't know will they do that though?
I think CGC will.
Okay. Well, that's sweet. 9.2. I don't even know what a 9.2 is valued at. It was a okay copy, and I mean, even raw, they're not a bad price. So this is my, funny enough, 3rd time having this one, but this is the 3rd time grading this. This is the Kanan number 6. Yeah, Kanan number 6. You've seen this book a couple times. This is one I got all 3 of them for $1 each. The other 2s came back at 9.4s, which were like, the values on this have been, let's say, Canadian, anywhere between a 9.4 like 150 to 250, depending on what's going on in Star Wars at that time.
Yep.
So I don't even know how hot this is right now. I know it is hot, but this is the first full appearance of Sabine Wren, Ezra Bridger, C-110P, Hera Syndulla, and Garazeb, which is Zeb Aurelios in comics. I've watched this animated, so I know those names right away. I can picture them if someone was to say them. And I already got rid of the other 2, so I guess this probably is going to stay a PC book. It's too hard. Like when they get hot though, it's hard not to sell them, right? So
sure,
we'll see. I'm going to predict a 9.4 without even looking at it because the last two came out as 9.4. So
okay.
8.5. Oh, looks like I will be keeping this one in the PC. That's funny. Again, I didn't have any predictions for it because I only had my overhead on this book was like $40 graded basically. After a press, right? I got them for so cheap. I made enough off the other two to pay well. So I probably will keep that as an 8.5 because I mean for a buyer, people aren't really going to buy it at an 8.5. So
yeah,
that kind of helps make the decision better because I do want to get a number one as well. It's the first Kanan, who's the guy in the front here in the center. But that's kind of hot too because a lot of these people might be showing up in Disney.
So Obi-Wan trailer dropped today.
It was yesterday.
Yesterday, okay.
Yeah.
And did you also see what their very first tweet was on the official Twitter account?
No.
I loved it. It said, "Hello there," which of course is the first thing that Obi-Wan said the very first time we ever saw him in any of the Star Wars movies. I thought that was great.
Yeah, and Ewan McGregor did it a bunch of times. It was really awesome. Yeah. So I think it looks really good. I love that the Inquisitors are in there because they're in the animated as well. And even though the people are already saying, "Oh, they don't look like blah blah blah," it's like shut the hell up. It's gonna be awesome. This is gonna be hard for me to guess as well. So this is all new Marvel now. Point one, number one. First appearance of Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel. First appearance of Dawn Greenwood, Talanoth the Pursuer, and Snardax. The biggest thing about this is it's Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel. Yeah. It's a super hot book. I definitely know it's not super high grade because I can see stuff on the back, but I think it was also stacking issues, like just a little podcast, a little cookie.
Cookie.
I knew that what I was getting into, like this might not even be like this could be worse than that Kanan. I have no idea. My shop was selling it for not a, I can't say long, but wanted to show some love. We appreciate that as always. Yep. Plus, this is just a pop in, man. We're just popping in for live anyway. So
yep.
I really don't know what to expect from this. I mean, it looks like there's a little bit of a color rub as well, but again, that could have been from like when it was traveling. Don't have a lot of overhead, so 9.6. Okay, so didn't expect it to be a 9.6. I was thinking more like a 9.0, 9.2.
So the theme so far is when you think it's high, it's low, and when you think it's low, it's high, which is consistent with other people's unboxing videos.
Yeah.
Or grade reveal videos, I should say.
I'm really surprised, but I guess it's only like one or two spots. Oh yeah, I'll take that all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's fantastic because I mean this book has some value too. So especially where she's not. When is she gonna? She's gonna be in the. I think she's supposed to be in one of the movies or the shows coming up. Not Doctor Strange, because that is America Chavez, but I think there's like an all-women one or something. Oh, it's the Captain Marvel. I think
the second Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that's right.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. That's great. Jeez. All right. There are two left.
Okay.
This one is the PC book and I'll have to show you the back after I reveal the grade because if I show it here, I'm going to see the grade. But this is Saga number 1. Which is the thumbnail that you guys can't see right now, but I couldn't figure out how to get the thumbnail on here for some reason, but it will show on the replay, which is what you would expect. Anyone who's going to watch is going to watch on there. I got some cat hairs on here. I bought this book from a guy that I know through the Facebook auctions. Really, really great guy. He had it on for a really great price because there's a water stain on it, but it's like a water stain that it's. I wish I could show you. Actually, you know what? I can do this. Okay. So right here, I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera, but you can just see the outline right around there of a water stain. Yeah, really, really tough to see because of the lighting. Anyways, and no one was getting it because it's a modern book and it's got a water stain on it. And I was like, hell yeah! I just watching this thing not get sold, right? Because I didn't want to like because you bid on it and or buy it now or whatever on these things. I'm not bidding against anybody. If it doesn't go, I'm just going to reach out to them. We're going to have a conversation and stuff like that. So I don't know how they grade with stains, with water stains. I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect at all on this book. Besides that, I mean, there's a little corner thing there. Oh no, the spine's got some ticks too. So this could come back at like, I don't know.
I'm going 8.5.
No, it's a 6.0.
Okay.
I'm seeing it now with the spine ticks and stuff like that, and it doesn't even matter. That's a PC book. Super happy to have that, and I'm glad that I found it with the stains with the kid. It's super cheap because they're not. It's not a cheap book at all. It's one of those ones where I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to find this for a long time, right? Because it just seems like it was a little harder to find, and when you did find it, it was kind of expensive. So, yes, that's fantastic.
I don't think water stain should count against you if you're submitting an Aquaman book.
No, nice. I thought you were going to talk about this. That's so funny. Jesus. That is true. And here's the big one. Okay. This is the big one because I don't know what this is going to be. I'm checking at the back real quick. So this is the most I probably have invested in a book as well. So yeah, thank you, Cookie. Still a great book for the PC. Fantastic. And I'm not like, for me, the books need to present well. The grade, I really don't even need the grade up there. It's cool to see it, just kind of like get a general idea, especially like, like let's say I get into this hobby 10, 15 years from now and I want to sell everything. Well, then I have an idea of what the grades are and what I can sell them for. So that's fantastic. But like the encapsulation and just the way they look is just, and they present well. If that was a dark stain, if it was on the back, I would buy it. If it was on the front, I wouldn't, because now it's not presenting well. And there's a difference between that and having like some pen or marker on a book. But I don't like pen and marker on more modern books, but I don't mind it on some older books because there's a history there.
Yeah, I've got a book coming up that I'll be showing on my channel soon where there's a little bit of yellow tape. Yeah. And it's not much, but it's a little bit, but it's on the back cover.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
Knocked the price down significantly. No. It didn't bother me a bit.
So there's a couple things about this. One, I barely see anything wrong with this book. My presser barely saw anything wrong with this book. The theme for tonight is that if we guess low, it'll go high. So let's guess at 0.5 so that I can get the highest grade on this book. But this is New Mutants 98, first Deadpool. This is probably the most I have invested into a book, and it's still got it for a really great price. Like my overhead is, what did I say earlier? I said it would probably have to come back at like a 7 for me to like break even, I think. And that's with all of the overhead. It's got the potential. I'm going to say 9.4. Okay.
Okay.
9.8.
Wow.
My presser said, I don't know if there's anything I can do to this book when I press it. And I said, don't say that, but that's a beast. If only it was a newsstand.
Wow.
That's amazing because it's not a PC book. So at some point it will go and it will be used towards just other awesome comics that I can put in there. So that's freaking awesome.
9.8 first appearance of Deadpool.
Yeah. It is. It's beautiful. And they literally like, I only see the tiniest little tick in this corner, and like that's probably why it's a 9.8. It was fantastic. Friggin' awesome. So we have less than a minute. What's coming up? What do you got on the go?
Fanboys Live review is on my channel this upcoming Sunday. I have what I've been reading short dropping tomorrow, and then another comic book editions video on Tuesday. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for being a part of the Cover By series, you and Cookie too. Thanks, Cookie, for stopping by. Captain Comics, thank you. Everyone watching on the Rewind, you're awesome too.
Oh, yeah. And I said last time I was going to do a haul video, and I have yet to record it, so I'll probably do that. It's just, again, you'll probably see some of these, that I've already talked about. Some of them that I showed in the last live stream, but still. This is just kind of show what's out there and what you're collecting, right? So We're going to end it. We're going to end this. This was a quick 30 minute. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Count this thing right down to the end.